Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. You guys remember the line? Who said that? Okay. Information, question and answer video today. These are the questions I got this week. It's easier for me to answer the questions this way. Ann, I won't use last names. Ann, you ask the questions, are you moving? No. I'm not moving to another neighborhood. I don't recall ever saying anything about me moving to another neighborhood. I mean, we always look. If a deal pops up that we like, you never know, I might, but I mean, I'm not figuring on it anytime soon. It says, where am I now? I live in the village of Hillsboro, which is next to Collier, if that gives you an idea. Sebastian, are there any senior soccer leagues here? I'm going to take this serious. So the answer to that's no. Could there be? Yes. We have a polo field, and I'm sure they could set that polo field aside once in a while for a soccer game. I don't see a senior soccer team in the villages coming up anytime too soon. I just don't see it happening. Steve F. How to find people from Illinois. This guy sent me an email saying if he moved down here, how does people find people from their area that maybe they went to school with and they can reunite? Well, there's many clubs here. Like, I'm from Indiana, and there's a Hoosier club here, and I've never joined it or anything, but yeah, you can join these clubs. I asked a neighbor of mine, he's from Carbondale, Illinois, and they've got an Illinois club here, so you can join a club. Can't guarantee that you're going to meet somebody that lived in the same town you did, but you can join an Illinois club, and you might. You never know. If you buy a home and don't like the color, can you change it? Well, yes. It doesn't make any difference if it's a stucco home or a vinyl-sided home. If you want to change the color, first thing you have to do is go to the ARC committee, the ARC board, and tell them what you want to do. You want to paint the house. There's been a couple of them in my neighborhood that's been repainted. There might be some stipulations that you may have to do to get the color you want. But otherwise, they're going to give you a color chart, actually. It'll be a plat. It'll have a bunch of colors on it, and they'll tell you those are the approved colors for your house. You'll have many to choose from. But if you want to change your house color to a totally different color scheme than what you've got, they may require some things. So be prepared. I know a lady here basically that's got a lot of money, and she wanted to change her house color totally different than what it was. And they said that first of all, they did approve the color that she was interested in, but she had to change the color of her shingles on the house. This is a brand new house, and she complied. She had the whole roof ripped off her house and had the color shingles put on the house she needed to put on there to get the color of the house she wanted. So, if you want to change the color of your house, just go by their color scheme they're going to give you. I just can't see why somebody want to rip a roof off a new house and do it, but I mean, it's up to you. But yeah, you can change the color, but you got to go to ARC to get it done. Just don't think you can paint it any willy-nilly color you want, because, I mean, you can do that, but if somebody complains and if it's not been approved, there you go. Dirk barrier, something like that. Dirk barrier. I reported an incident on the news where people were fighting to keep up a gate that they had put on the front part of their house. It's an entry gate to the actual walk-in area to the front door, because they said they were concerned about burglaries and things of that nature that I don't know that even happened, but that's what they said. It wasn't approved by the art committee, and so somebody complained about it, and so now they got to take it down, or at least they're fighting to keep it up. They may allow them to keep it up. I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but they may have to take it down. The guy wants to know what happens if they don't take it down. And they also opened up the language in our deed restrictions about power generators, gasoline generators, in case of a hurricane, the bigger ones that operate the whole house, basically. And this guy's wanting to know, because it tells you in there how they can be put in. It says next to the air conditioners, and it says within 2 feet, no closer than 2 feet of the property line. So he's saying, how do you get them moved? What if you have to move it? You don't have to move it. Nobody's got one right now. It's just been approved that you can now put them in. So there's no moving yet. So I'm just saying, if you buy a house a year, 2, 3 years down the road, it's got a power generator, read the language in your deed restrictions, and when you get your yard and your house inspected before you purchase it, make sure that you're within the deed restrictions. Make sure the guy didn't put the generator too close to the neighbor's yard. Because the neighbor may not have complained when that guy put it in, because him and that guy were golf buddies. They got along. But now that he's moved on and you're buying the house, he may decide he don't want that generator there anymore. You're not a golf buddy. So just make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. What do they do if they refuse to take the gate down? If they give them an order to take it down, well, it's very simple. They're going to give them, I don't know, it's either 2 or 3 notices that they're in violation of the deed restrictions and the order to remove the gate. And they say, well, we're not moving the gate. And they'll send another one, say, like 30 days later. I don't know what the time period is here, but they'll send another one saying, this is your second notice to remove the gate. By that time, they're going to say, if it's not removed by this date, you will receive, and I'm just throwing a number out here, don't quote me on these, you'll receive a $50 a day penalty for each day past that date that you refuse to follow your deed restrictions or staying out of compliance. And people will say, well, I just ain't paying it. Yeah, you are, because it's going to be added to your property taxes, and you'll have to pay it. So, you have to pay it. So you'll have to take it down. Just avoid all the arguing and carrying on, and just, if you're in violation, just fix it and just move on. Melody, the Movie Pass deal. Oh, I didn't even know it. Melody sent me an email yesterday that I was complaining about the movies. You pay these high dollar prices to go to a movie, and by the time you buy your popcorn and your Coke, you're in it for you and your other half. You're in it for $40, sometimes $50 to see a movie, and then you go in and sit and watch a movie that's totally terrible, rotten, boring, but you're out the money. And she sent me a thing saying, I guess now, and I don't know if this is just a Villages thing or if outsiders can buy it, I don't know, but I guess for like $10, $9.95 or something like that, $10, I can buy this pass. It's $10 a month, by the way, every month. I don't know if you pay it by the month or if you pay it by the year, but anyways, $10 a month. And I can go to any movie that I want, as many times as I want, for that same $10. I don't have to pay, I guess, to get in. I just have this movie pass, and that's it. $10 for any movie as much as I want. That's a pretty good deal. I might check into that, see how that works, or find somebody that's doing that and see how that works. T. Martin. He was asking me about something about, he was noticing on the Villages realty site, that there was no MSL listings in there. No. I covered this in one of my earlier videos. The Villages will not work with an outside realtor in any way. They're not going to advertise for them. They're not going to show a house for them. They're not going to take you to a house for them. As far as I know, they won't even let an MLS lister show a Villages house that's listed. I mean, it's like a little war. They don't cross paths, so it ain't going to happen. So get a realtor from both sides. Get one for the Villages that you like. Get one for an MLS listing, whoever that may be, Fox or whoever, and kind of work both sides of the aisle and get the best deal you can get. Jeannie R. I think that's an R. Jeannie R. wanted to know what the difference was, my personal opinion, The difference between a villa and a stick-built house, I guess, or a larger house. The pros and the cons. Well, I had a patio villa for several years up by Sumter Landing, and I don't know that it's a pro or a con really, other than it was a part-time home. We used it for a vacation house. I still worked. My wife, she was retired at that time, but we had a house up north. I wasn't about to sell anything or move anywhere until I retired. So we rented it out for 3 months in the winter. That's where the big money's at. And I rented it out to the same people every year. I mean, we didn't have any problem at all with it. And we came down and used it on vacations, and my wife would come down for a month or so at a time. And yeah, we used it as a vacation home. And for our purposes, the patio villa was just fine. I think it's like I'm gonna say 1,160 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 full baths. Walk-in closet in the master bedroom, and then of course the guest has a guest closet with like the folding doors. It's an open floor plan. Nice little lanai on the front of the house. The lanais on the patio villas that we had, they weren't on the back of the house, they were on the front of the house, which was good. I could sit out there in the morning, have coffee, watch people walk their dogs in the morning. A car and a half garage. Actually, it's a 1-car garage with golf cart parking. That's how they put it. So it's a car and a half, kinda. And for a part-time rental, or if you was going to come down here, say just part-time, 6 months out of the year, 3 months out of the year, just a winter, and then go back up north, they're perfect. They're perfect. The yards are small, so it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to keep them, looking nice. The houses themselves, you wash them. They're all vinyl siding. The patio villas are. You just have a power washer company come in there and wash them a couple times a year, once every 6 months. It's about 50 to 60 bucks, whoever you get. They look brand new again. Home watch guy, 40 bucks a month, will come around and flush your toilets once a week and run the water once a week and make sure that your newspapers and things in the driveway is all picked up. And it did cost an arm and a leg to keep one of them. So for us, it worked out great. I think you're asking, could you live in them full time? Yeah, you can live in them full time. If a car and a half garage is big enough for you, and if 2 bedrooms is big enough for you, and if 1,160 square feet is big enough for you, there's nothing wrong with them at all. I know people that lived over there in them full time. Most of them were single people. But there was a few that was a man and wife, and they lived there full time. I didn't have any problem with it. My issue was when I came down here after I retired, we were still there. That gave me a place to hang my hat. But I came down here and I needed a 2-car garage. That was my biggest issue, was that. And I really wanted a 3rd bedroom. Not because I really cared about having another room for the freeloading kids to come down and have a free place to stay. I don't look at it that way. I wanted a 3rd bedroom for a TV room for me. And that way I could come in here and I could watch what I wanted to watch and not bother anybody, because sometimes I turn the TV a little loud. Now I don't much anymore since I found the wireless headsets, but I used to. So I wanted that 3rd bedroom some people want it for an office, whatever, but I wanted that 3rd bedroom. So that's really the only reason why we moved, was that. Courtyard villas, most of them, not all, they come 2 ways, but most of them are stucco. So, some are in vinyl. Those are same thing, a villa, small square footage. Most of them have car and a half garages. The newer ones now are getting 2-car garages. The newer ones are also coming out with 3 bedrooms. They've been out for a while now, and I guess they're really, really popular. People are just buying the hell out of them. With me on those, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're great. They got the courtyard in the back is kind of fenced in with something. Stucco walls or vinyl fencing or something. And people's got dogs. See, they can let their dogs run out there and not worry about them getting out. With me, it was about price. I'm not paying $330,000 to $350,000 for a courtyard villa. It just wasn't in me to do that. So that was my only thing about courtyards, was that. But they're great. There's nothing wrong with none of them. So compared to a stick-built home, now they're all built with the same standards as any other home. It's just that they're just smaller, that's all. The courtyards and the patio villas are closer to your neighbors, but the way they're designed, I mean, the years that we had our patio villa, I never heard my neighbors. The only thing you hear sometimes in the morning is the garage door going up on your neighbor's house, because they're raising the garage door up either to leave and go have coffee, or they'll walk out and get their newspaper. And that's it. I never heard nothing. So, there's nothing wrong with a patio villa or a courtyard villa, either one. Finney versus north of 44. That's kind of a tricky question. It's just what people like. I don't know, what you're looking for. If you're wanting to be close to a rec center or swimming pool, you can do that at Finney. It has nothing to do with anything north of, up here to us. If you're wanting to be close to a shopping center and a movie theater, then yeah, you probably want to be closer to Brownwood because of that. But there's nothing wrong with Finney or Southern Oaks down there at all. They're still building. You buy a house, you're going to have to deal with some construction noise. You're going to have to deal with, on a windy day, the blowing dirt, the dust, the sand that's going to get in your lanai and on the back of the lanai, and that gets frustrating after a while. We've been through that. It seems like you're washing that thing out every day because of it. But other than that, no, it doesn't make any difference. Just wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, go there. Finney's fine, Brownwood's fine, Sumter's fine. It doesn't make any difference. So I got no opinion about north or south, either one. Doesn't make any difference. By the way, while I'm saying that, I've got some news that I'm going to post probably this next Friday. I've already got it. So sometimes I post these out. I get these little comments that says, "Oh my God, they did that 5 days ago." I know that, but I don't make these videos every day. And like today, I'm making this video. This is Friday. You're probably not going to see this video till Monday. So, to send me an email and say, "Oh my God, that happened last Friday." Well, I know that. Today is Friday, but it takes a while for me to get these things posted. So there's information coming up on the next news, next Friday, that has a lot to do with the Finney and Southern Oaks building down there, and the future of it and the villages and what's going on that you'd be interested in knowing. Okay, Steve and Pam, any affordable insurance in Florida for those under the age of 65 and not on Social Security yet? Man, I have not got an answer for you. Somebody else might have. I was lucky when I retired from UPS. It was in our contract that I could keep the company insurance at the same rate that I was paying for while I was working. And I had Blue Cross and Blue Shield at a ridiculously low rate. Well, I'll just tell you, I was paying $100 a month for me. My wife already had disability, so she was on Medicare. And so I just needed my insurance. So, yeah, I was lucky in that regard. If you don't have medical insurance, and I know that they're going to offer you Cobra, and I know it's pricey and all that, I don't know. Down here, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, my wife ended up for her supplemental because she has to pay for very expensive medicines, and she ended up going with Florida Blue, which is Florida's Blue Cross and Blue Shield. For supplemental, it's a little pricey. It doesn't kill us, but it's $185 a month. And I know before anybody says anything, "Oh my God, I got this medical insurance over here for $10 a month, and this is free," and that. We know all that. But when you've got medicine that costs you anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a month, those cheap ones you're talking about, you're going to fall in a donut hole. And there's other problems too, and this $185 a month for Florida Blue, it saves us more than what we pay. So we're good with it, and we're going to stay with it. I can't really advise you on it. Just, I don't know, man. I know it's tough. I hear it all the time. I know. Okay, Glenn P. I'm not going to say that last name because I'll probably screw it up anyway. Glenn P. Renting a cart. Wants to know about roadside assistance and so on and so forth. Well, I'll give you some information, Glenn. If you rented your golf cart from the village of the golf cart rental down there, they don't offer you insurance on a golf cart. You know how I know that? I called down there today and asked them. They don't offer any kind of insurance at all. What happens if you wreck it? I guess it's on your credit card. That's all I can tell you. They're going to charge you. But I have some information for you. There's nothing that says you got to rent a golf cart from the village to start with. Grandma and Grandpa's village buggies. I've rented up there 4 or 5 times for my guests. They'll bring a golf cart right out to your house on a trailer, take it off, and it's yours. And then when you're done with it, they'll come like the day that you're leaving or the day before, and they'll pick it up and take it away. I called up there and talked to him. I can't think of his name, but I've done business with the old guy. He's a good old guy to do business with. He is short and to the point like I am. He will give you a bunch of sales talk on the phone. You ask a question, you get a direct answer, and then he's ready to go. He don't want to be on the phone all day. So anyway, he rented a golf cart off of him. I asked him, I said, do you offer golf cart insurance at the time of rental? He said, yes. I said, well, what is it? It's $1 million liability and $5,000 medical. Depending on what golf cart you rent and for how long, he said it could be anywhere from $10 a month. $10 a month? Yeah, $10 a month to $20 a month. Actually, that's a little pricey for golf cart insurance, but there's your answer. Yes, you can rent a cart, and yes, you can get insurance. Grandma and Grandpa's Village's Buggies. Here's the phone number. 352-552-8478. And he'll take care of you. And then you also asked about roadside assistance. Well, what it's actually called is Village's Cart Aid. They have a website. Cart is spelled with a K, K-A-R-T. Aid is spelled A-I-D-E. Their phone number, 352-409-5853. And I did not call those people, but that's the numbers for the Cart Aid. You can call them. You can ask them, can I get this insurance for 3 months or whatever, and they'll take care of you. Everybody in the villages, I think, has got that Cart Aid because it's so cheap. I think ours is like, I'm going to take a guess, it's like $65 a year, you know, and we've used it twice. One time, my wife had a flat tire. I wasn't down here. She called Cart Aid, and they came right out with a new tire and everything and got her right on the road. She said they were there within 20 minutes. Another time, we had an electric cart. The batteries didn't go dead, but something shorted out in the cart, and she couldn't go nowhere. And they showed up within 10 minutes, loaded the cart up, put her in the front of the seat of the pickup truck, and they brought the cart back to our house. They put it back in the garage and brought her home. So yeah, it's well worth the $65 a year in my mind. But let me just say this. Years and years ago, before Brownwood, before Sumter Landing actually was built and all that stuff, they might have been building Sumter Landing at that time, the villages has always had family-friendly neighborhoods. They've been here forever. They don't advertise them, but they've been here forever. How they was that had a child that was under the age of 55, and mom and dad wanted them to live close to them. They could buy a house in there, and they can live there. And they get access to the village pools and things of that nature. So whatever the restrictions are, I don't know, but I'm gonna give you the name of all them villages, just so you know. Family neighborhoods. Bison's Valley is one. That's B-I-S-O-N Valley. Oxford Oaks is a family-friendly neighborhood. Oak Meadows is another one, and Spring Arbor is the last one. There's 4 of them. As time went on, they started using those neighborhoods for the 20%. You know, the 80-20 rule for 55 and over neighborhoods. So that was the 20%. And those rules got relaxed as they started building more and more houses, and they were just trying to fill the houses, and they kind of tweaked things a little bit. I don't know if they had to go in front of the state to get those approvals or not. I mean, I think I know people that's been checking into that, but I don't think they'll ever find out anything. But yeah, they got villages. There's the neighborhoods to call about right there. But you got to ask for them because you very seldom ever see them advertised. Once in a while you'll see one for sale in Oxford Oaks, and you might go, where's that at? I've never heard of it. Well, that's a family-friendly neighborhood. And I think that's about it for right now. So I'll post this probably, I'll have to check. I guess I could post it on Sunday. I don't know if I think I got a video coming out Monday. I don't know. I guess I'll get it posted. I'll find a blank day there somewhere and get it posted. So until then, hope that information helped some of you people that asked them questions. Until then, I guess I'll see you on the other side.